Hey guys, welcome to this reading. So this is going to be a love reading for the collective, and it's going to be a pick a pile. So we have pile number one. You don't have to decide yet, but typically I recommend people to choose that which they're most drawn to. Like if something just stands out right away, that usually means there's a message there. You know, sometimes I will listen to a pick a card reading and I'll just turn it on and start listening, and I'll listen to the whole thing. And you know, a couple piles may resonate, and then maybe like by the third pile it doesn't resonate, or sometimes I'll just go straight to pile number three. What I will do is try to oh wow, we had some incense just drop onto pile number one. I may actually have to move this incense a little bit here. We'll move that so it's not just going to fall right onto the card. That was kind of wild. So maybe that's a sign for somebody. Maybe there's like something burning, you know, if that makes sense. Could be even maybe there's some fire signs here, over there in pile number one. So so basically, you know, just you're gonna tune in and just choose whichever one kind of resonates with you the most. And I will try to put the timestamps in the description below, or even in the comments. So pile number one, we have an amethyst crystal. For pile number two, we have a smoky quartz. And for pile number three, we have a howlite. So if you need to take a pause for a moment and just kind of get grounded, and then go ahead and pick a pile number one, two, or three, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Hello, pile number one. So for you, we have this amethyst crystal. So let's go ahead, we'll toss that over here. We're going to get started on your love reading. So the original cards that we have here are, this is actually a career deck, and then we also have a, it's like an archetype deck. So this is what your person, so whoever is most on your mind, you know, put that person in your mind right now, and that's going to help you tune into the energy, and it's actually going to help me tune into your energy and give you a better reading that's more accurate and geared towards you. So this is going to be what your person represents to you, okay? So we have auto services, auto mechanic, auto body tech, roadside assistance. So yeah, this may be somebody that works in the, you know, like works at a tire shop. Maybe is a mechanic. I'm getting for somebody, they may even be like a traveling mechanic. What is this photo on here? Okay, it's a female, like fixing a, you know, and if we've got, you know, this person could even be like a female auto mechanic, but that's only going to be for a few people. But that would be a major confirmation, and actually this purple, kind of that amethyst energy kind of matches here. And actually amethyst is a very crown chakra oriented stone, so lots of you know, crown chakra energy kind of coming in there. So maybe you guys have like a spiritual connection. I'm also getting that somebody may be light-skinned. Let me see what else comes through here. They also may earn quite a living. Like they may be either really serious about their job, or they've got a lot of money either saved in the bank, or they're really good at saving. Maybe they're just really good with their money, and that's something that you're learning from them. Let's see what else we got here. And we have child. Okay, so this may, the person that you're thinking about may actually have a child or children, that maybe you guys had children together, or maybe they brought children to the relationship. Maybe you guys are thinking about having children. I'm also getting that, and you know, this is a very like a positive vibe, but I'm also getting that either somebody may be younger than you, or maybe emotionally younger. So they may be a little bit more immature than you when it comes to dealing with their emotions and things like that. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. So let's see what other messages we can get here for the viewer. For pile number one, what other energies between you and your person? We have a couple of these popping out. So this says great gratitude. And we have great achievement. Oh, wow. Here, let's put these over here. Great gratitude. Great achievement. Okay, so I mean, this really reminds me of like wedding energy. I know I just did a like an energy reading, a short tonight. Hopefully it'll be the same day that I upload this, but it may end up being a day apart. But I actually have a YouTube short that I just did about like weddings and celebrations and some joyous fun and commitments. So, this does feel like maybe there's this person you're actually engaged to, or maybe you just got engaged. You could actually even be married to this person. And this says great gratitude. I don't know why, but I'm really being drawn to these birds in the color yellow and something to do with your solar plexus, which is the third chakra. And it's basically like the energy of the sun. It's where your confidence and your power comes from. It's also Leo, so maybe one of you is a Leo. Doesn't have that won't resonate with everybody. Your person could also have blonde hair, fair skin. I'm hearing blue eyes, but again, that's not going to be for everybody. Yeah, and I'm also feeling that you guys really connect on a higher consciousness plane, like from that crown chakra. That you guys really have like a spiritual connection. You're very grateful to have each other in your lives, but there is that maybe that either they're younger or have a little bit of emotional immaturity, if that makes sense. Let's see what else. Let's see here. What else would provide some confirmation for the viewer here? What else do we need to know about this relationship? Oh, okay, we have caution and let go and commitment. Okay, so we've got some caution here. We've got a let go. And we have commitment here. It says, find out more information. Don't overwork yourself. Okay. Well, yeah, and what I'm getting about this is like having this gratitude, being grateful for what you have, and don't overwork yourself. I also get with this whole symbol here, I'm thinking that maybe you or your person also works like with the ambulance service, or maybe is some kind of a healthcare worker, maybe works at a hospital, traveling nurse, something like that. I am getting that you guys are married. If not married, that's one of your goals, and that this is somebody that you're wanting to be with long term, and that it's like a decided thing. And then we have the let go. This says, make room for the new beginning on its way to you. I am feeling something about like going with the flow, letting things go a little bit, and that will help you get to this celebration achievement and that commitment, right? We've got the rings here. Things are getting serious, it says. So, if you're already married, then I'm getting, the message to just not overwork yourselves, and, sharing in gratitude. Maybe you guys want to have like a daily gratitude practice together or something like that. And that will help you to stay committed, or maybe even form a new commitment to each other. I know as if you're married and, the years go on, it may be easy to, kind of get lazy in a relationship, or life happens. Like you can't predict what's going to happen in the future. So maybe you're needing to recommit to each other by letting some things go from the past, right? Not overworking your mind with some things that happened in the past, letting go, and that kind of leads to a new commitment, right? Let's see what else. We're gonna check in. This is the Hard Knocks deck, and it's actually, I think it's a triggering deck, but we're just gonna tune in to, if there's any issues in the relationship, maybe something you guys are trying to work through currently, or maybe your person is trying to work through. We have gut instinct. Let's see. This kind of makes me think of the caution card, not overworking. It says, trust your initial feelings as your truest guide. They often know what's best before your mind can catch up. Yeah, that's a really important message. I mean, you should be trusting in your gut instinct. And you know, that kind of is in the solar plexus area and the sacral as well. Yeah, I'm getting that golden, like yellow energy here that really is reminding me of Leo. And so maybe something will happen for you guys, you know, some energy will clear, or maybe you're getting engaged or married around Leo season, which is coming up. I want to say like July and August. But yeah, trusting your gut instinct is always the best way to go about things. Let's see. We're going to get which deck do we want to go to? Let's get a couple of love messages from your person. Let's get some messages from their higher self to your higher self. We have, I can't stop thinking about what we had. Okay, so maybe for some of you, there is like a recommitment coming at you. You know, what you guys had maybe has changed. Or, you know, maybe some of you are even in separation and you're trying to get back to this commitment, to this happy celebration. It says, I can feel your energy around me every day. Let's get one more here for the viewer. And it says, your smile is making me melt every time I see your face. Yeah, that's kind of beautiful. So yeah, this is obviously somebody that cares about you, maybe has a little bit of emotional immaturity to work through. You know, that's not the end of the world. It's not something that, you know, can't be worked through. But they obviously, you know, want to get back to what you had in the beginning, you know, that initial spark that brought you guys together. They can feel your energy around them every day, you know, and maybe you're actually living with them and you're going home to them. But, you know, if you guys are, you know, working all day and you're busy, this, you know, your person can still feel your energy. They can still, you know, you can still know when that person's thinking about you and get those intuitive nudges, you know, and this gut instinct here. And it says, your smile is making me melt every time I see your face. So yeah, I do have a feeling this person pulls up their phone and looks at your photos a lot. And let's get some guidance from Spirit for the viewer surrounding this relationship, surrounding your person. Oh, hello, kitten. We've got some black cat energy in here for you. Oh, and his fur is wet from the rain outside. He just came inside and came in to say hello to you. So, hello from Superman, the cat. Let's see. Okay. Wow. This card just came up in that YouTube short that I did the night before. So this, I do feel like if you haven't seen that short, that a lot of that energy is for you. That should be, I'm making this on the same night, which would be the April 15th. So, of course, when you see this, you know, you're meant to find it the day that you find it. So this says relax. And this really reminds me of, didn't we have like a let go? Yeah, this let go card really ties in here. It's saying all worries and anxieties are leaving my mind, making space for calmness and peace. The angels want you to know that feeling at peace internally can boost overall contentment and feelings of happiness, regardless of the challenges you face. A relaxed and calm outlook can help you navigate life's often turbulent waters more smoothly. Yeah, so, you know, honestly, it seems like if you guys are in separation, or even if you're together, but it kind of feels like you're in separation while you're still married or committed, I'm feeling that just you know, that saying, let go, let God, just allow Spirit to have your back and, you know, tune into Spirit's guidance. Maybe do some journaling or some meditation in the mornings or at night before bed, or just anytime, you know, you get a chance, and just let some things go. You know, relax into the situation, focus on your gratitude practice. Of course, trust in your gut instinct, you know, with your first impressions. You know, I mean, don't be afraid to like go get counseling or something if that's what you guys need together. Overall, I'm feeling like I don't get like a negative vibe about this situation at all. I get that you're going through something with your person and that it's important just to relax into it. This person deeply cares about you. I think, you know, if it's somebody that you're wanting to stay with or be with, I think just by stating to the universe what you want and then letting that go. It's like blowing on one of those white, like dandelions into the wind, making a wish, or tossing a coin into a wishing well and just letting that go, you know, and then trusting that what will be, and you don't have to control the outcome. So guys, thank you for watching. That's what I have for pile number 1. Leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed this reading and, you know, if anything spoke to you. And thanks for watching, guys. We're going to go on to pile number 2. Hello, pile number 2. So for you, we have the smoky quartz crystal. And this one is just a very, it's a very cleansing and clearing energy. I'll say that. I'm sure that it's associated with one of the chakras, but I don't have like a general feeling for that. I think that I do use quartz in my Reiki sessions because it's a very cleansing and very amplifying energy. So yeah, maybe there's something about amplitude or amplifying your energies here in this reading. So for you, pile number 2, we have, so this card here is from the career deck. And this is from the archetype deck. So we're going to get into what your person, oh, and I just bumped my camera. So I'm actually feeling quite a bit of energy coming into this one. And this is, for pile number 2, this is actually the second time I tried to do this reading. My battery actually died on my phone recording like at the very beginning, just in the intro portion of card number 2. So I think we're probably, you know, getting into an interesting reading here. So if you go ahead and, you know, think of your person's name, maybe picture them in your mind, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So this is basically what your person is to you. So your person could be into fashion. I'm also hearing that they could have like darker skin, or they just, maybe they have a really nice tan, something about darker skin. So yeah, it says fashion designer, model, stylist, fashion illustrator, and fashion buyer. Interesting. They may also be really interested, like they wear the color black. I'm also hearing something about them driving a black vehicle maybe. And something about, they may have some type of a career where they're in the spotlight. They may also do some type of photography work or modeling. Yeah, the fashion thing. They may be in some kind of like clothing designer or something like that. And let's see what we have from the archetype deck. We have security guard and interesting. You know what? This person to you, you may feel very secure around this person. You know, it's possible they could be in law enforcement as well. You know, that won't be for everybody. You know, it's unlikely that somebody's going to be a fashion designer and, you know, be a policeman or something like that, right? So we're looking more at the archetype and more of the energies of these. So take what resonates and then leave the rest, right? So yeah, they could be some kind of service provider, a watchman, patrol keeper, maybe a policeman. Maybe they work in like as an EMT or some kind of a first responder type role. They could also be a security guard, maybe work at a prison. For some reason that's coming through for someone. I am getting White House back here, so you know, they could even work at the White House. Or maybe they live in a White House. Let me see what else comes through for this. Yeah, something about, though, that you feel very safe around this person, and this could be a male or female energy, right? Whoever your person is that you're thinking of. And maybe they're also, they're your provider, like you feel very safe and provided for by being with them. What else? Okay, so we are going to go to our next deck here, and let's see what else is coming through for pile number 2. And we have great achievement, which is interesting because we actually had that come through for pile number 1. So maybe there's a few people that are watching some of the same, or some of the same people watching pile 1 and 2. So if you are feeling drawn to pile 1, I would recommend going and listening to that as well. And then we have transformation and cycle. Anything else, Spirit? Okay. So let's see, we have the great achievement, transformation, and I guess Spirit wants me to take the card that's on the bottom of the deck. And we have status quo. So with this great achievement card, in pile number 1, I was really feeling this, this like marriage type energy, either an engagement or a wedding. With this one, I'm getting some kind of thing that maybe actually your person is going through some type of a graduation ceremony. Maybe they're graduating from like fashion school or some kind of designing school. Maybe getting some type of certificate or degree in that. They could also be graduating like from some type of a, like they're becoming a policeman and they're graduating from some academy or something like that. And then we have transformation. I feel like because of whatever this is, maybe you guys are feeling like you're in a status quo right now and your relationship is undergoing a transformation. And I also am getting that with this dark blue here, I'm getting that you may actually have some intuitive downloads about this process that's taking place, this transformation. And there's some kind of balancing taking place. What else does Spirit have for you guys? Yeah, I'm hearing something about like the dawning of a new era. So I don't know what that means for somebody. But this light coming in really makes me feel like the light coming in through the crown chakra and something to do with the light at the end of the tunnel. Like at the end of that process, basically. Yeah, the transformation card is really just standing out in my mind here. Yep, okay. Let's see. Let's get a couple of messages from your person, from your person's higher self to you. What would their higher self like to say to you right now? It says, nothing really makes sense without you. Let's see what else. Man, the cards are actually just kind of flying everywhere. They've got a lot to say. Your smile is making me melt every time I see your face. This card also came out in the pile number 1. So I'm seeing a few similarities here, but... And then it says, I struggle to let you go. Yeah, so... kind of want to go back and look at this a little bit. So maybe with this status quo energy, maybe there has been a little bit of back and forth with you guys about whether you're staying together, you feel secure around this person, but there's some kind of a transformation that you guys are going through, and this other person cares about you and is actually struggling to let you go. Because, and I just keep bumping the camera, yeah, lots of energy coming through on this one. But yeah, because nothing really makes sense without you. They don't want to be without you. And actually, I'm getting this from pile number 1 as well. That's on the bottom of the deck, and it says, "I can feel your energy around me every day." So, yeah, guys, getting a few similarities between pile number 1 and 2. So, that does happen sometimes. So. That should be a good confirmation for you then, if you haven't watched pile number 1, I'd recommend maybe going back and watching it because you may find some more messages there for you. Okay, let's see. Let's get some guidance from Spirit. Actually, you know what? First, we're going to tap into the Hard Truths deck. I mentioned this in pile number 1 as well, but it can be kind of a triggering deck, I think. But we're going to look into what may be some of the issues you may have in your relationship. You know, what Spirit wants you to focus on, and maybe what some of the issues are. And we have perseverance. It says, where you stop is where you'll end up. Keep going and expanding until you've reached beyond your goals. You're on the right track. Yeah, that's a great confirmation. I mean, that perseverance, you know, telling you to keep going until you reach your goals, that whole transformation here, this card, that really kind of ties into that. Don't just settle for the status quo, right? I'm I'm getting kind of a download about the whole idea of soulmates, and you know, I know a lot of people believe in twin flames and everything like that. And man, the smoke is very just kind of coming on over. In pile 1, it was kind of going the other way. So I think that, you know, there's some cleansing that kind of needs to take place in this relationship. Neither one of you wants to settle for the status quo. And I just wanted to tell you, like, don't feel like you have to settle for somebody, right? So just because somebody cares about you doesn't mean that you should accept less than what it is that you desire and what you deserve, right? Sometimes the right person can just be with you at the wrong time because they have some growth to do. But that doesn't mean that you stop working on yourself. So if you're both in agreement that you're working on yourselves, you know, then that transformation can take place, right? So let's get some extra guidance from Spirit here for the viewer for pile number 2. What Spirit wants you to focus on, guidance. And we have calm. And we have relax at the bottom. Guys, we actually got this in pile number 1 too. So, I mean, I'm not surprised, you know. And I do believe, actually, I think I got these cards in a short from yesterday. What was the title of that one? I think it was a pick a card. I think it was a pick a card from yesterday. If you'll know it because it has the 3 eyes from this deck here. It's, you know, 3 of these that came through, and it talks about what's your archetype, like pick a card archetype. And this was one of the piles in there, I believe. So we have calm and relax. So I'm getting the nudge too that this is something about focusing on you, right? I'm surrounded by the energy of calm, peace, and positivity. And relax says, all worries and anxieties are leaving my mind, making space for calmness and peace. So you got that calm message twice. Let's see. The angels remind you that calmness comes with a determination to live ever happily in the present moment, relinquishing the past and not worrying about the future, but placing our lives firmly in Creator's hands. Yeah, guys, there is something to be said about just letting go. I mean, you're doing your best. Don't settle for the status quo. You are going through a transformation. You and your person are going through a transformation, but you know, you can't control the outcome. You can't control anybody else's actions but your own. So there's something about this perseverance here, and just allowing things to take place that need to take place, right? You know this person cares about you. Even when they're at work, no matter where they're at, they can feel your energy around them. Whether you're together or in separation, they're feeling your energy. And, you know, nothing makes sense without you. So, and also here, I got this from pile 1 as well. Something about your smile is making me melt every time I see your face. Something about looking at your pictures and videos. And, you know, when they see you in person, especially, you know, they don't like seeing you unhappy. So, yeah, guys, something about perseverance and going through this transformation, just trying to be in a state of allowance, doing your very best, working on yourself, growth, self-growth. Yeah. Okay, guys, so that is what I have for pile number 2. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. And we're going to head over to pile 3. Hello, pile number 3. So we have howlite for you. And actually, as I tune in to this, the crystal, the energy of this crystal, I don't actually know a ton about howlite. I do know, though, it feels like a very happy energy. As soon as I hit play, I got this just very happy energy. We got some similar energies in pile 1 and 2, and like similar between pile number 1 and 2, and it was, I don't know, a little bit of a heavier energy. Nothing too wild, but as soon as I hit play, I'm just getting a very uplifting and just very positive vibe from this. So for pile number 3, so this is going to be the career deck, and then this is going to be the archetype deck. And so we're going to tune into what your person, kind of what their energy is to you, and we're just going to tune into those energies. So if you want to help me to tune in to your person and your energies, you can think of your person's name, and you can picture their face in your mind, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So from this career deck, we have a spiritualist. Okay. Wow. And this female on here is literally like doing a card reading. So maybe your person, has a YouTube channel and also does card readings. Maybe you do card readings, but this is really supposed to be about your person, but this could just be a confirmation for somebody. But we have medium, psychic, diviner, energy healer, and light worker. Okay. I'm also getting that your person may be a massage therapist. Maybe acupuncture, does some cupping or something. Also spa services. Let me see what else here. I'm hearing that your person likes to pamper themselves or go and get like treatments done, something of that nature. Also likes to spend money. Not in a bad way, just likes to go out and spend money. What else? Also something about your person being a bit of a daydreamer, and I also think that that's a positive thing. I guess that could be a detriment, to some, but yeah, something about like a big dreamer, having daydreams, big visions, goals, and dreams. But yeah, I'm just getting a really good vibe off of this one. Yeah, so let's see what we have from the archetype deck. We have Elder. Okay, so your person, and this could be, you could be a male or female watching this or whatever. So there's no, you could be watching and thinking of a man or a woman. But I'm getting with this Elder, this person is older than you. They may also be, you see them as somebody that you can learn from. And they're also emotionally mature. And that you may be the younger person emotionally. Yeah, we have wisdom bearer, experience, tradition, kindness, and health. Interesting. They could be some kind of a health worker. With this tradition, I'm kind of getting that they may actually be somebody that goes against like the standard traditions. For example, if somebody goes to church, they may just be, into like spirituality. And they're not, they claim to be like spiritual and not religious. So I'm kind of getting that. I'm also getting that somebody may be an elder in the church. Definitely still getting that this person is older than you. And that, that won't be for everybody. So just take that if it resonates for you. I'm going to get a little bit of a closer look. Yeah, I'm getting, they've got a very stern look on their face, but I'm not getting that in the energy, actually, because I do just feel just a really good vibe from this, from pile number 3. It's a very light energy, so your person may help you feel lighter, feel more, love and light, and help you feel kind of tuned in. And yeah, like I was saying, like they're a wisdom bearer. Like you feel like you can gain a lot from them because they are more emotionally mature. Maybe they've been through the ringer, in life, and they've got some experiences to draw on. They must also be somebody who has dreams and visions and really taps into that kind of stuff. And they may be, have their own channel. They may be a writer or something, or they are some kind of public speaker or public figure where they've got a lot of eyes on them, and a lot of people go to them for wisdom. That could be something that they do. So we're going to tune into our next deck here and see what else we can tune into for pile number 3 for you and your person. The energies between you and your person here. Top card. Ooh, we have the vast universe. Okay. And we have spirit. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm getting a very like pure energy here, especially with this like white howlite. Just something about the white light, the divine light. It says the vast universe. I feel like this person is really tapped into spirit, really tapped into the universe. This person of yours may not do the traditional, like when they talk about the creator and source, they may not use the word God. They may use the word universe. Yeah, I'm just getting a very spiritual vibe here. Like they're very, they may be into meditation, and they're just very like tapped in. Let's see what else comes through this deck here. Oh, and we got half the deck on the floor. Oh, guys, we can't take like 40 cards. Just gonna get these off the floor and try not to bump my camera here. Oh, yeah, the cards just want to go back on the floor again. Okay, so we'll see. What are we going to take? Joyous Fun. And that actually just came up in the short that I did tonight. So that's from April 15th. So if you go to my YouTube shorts, you'll see that come up. Let's see. Okay, we still got some more cards on the floor. What are we going to take? We're going to take family. Okay. And what else? Discovery. Okay. We'll take these cards. Actually, Spirit wants me to take this one from the bottom of the deck too. Okay, we got lots to read here. So, yeah, the joyous fun thing. I mean, your person, I think, likes to have fun. Maybe they like to take you to the arcade. Maybe they're just like a big kid, kind of. They like to go and have fun. They like to spend money. They like to pamper themselves and probably pamper you as well. Just a very, wise person, emotionally mature. They may have, let me get a look at this thing. They may have kids. You may have kids together. I'm getting a strong vibe that you're not like married, that you're dating this person. Could even be a really good friend that you're wanting to date, or you're wanting to date each other. And, this person could feel like home, could really feel like family to you. But maybe you're planning on having children with, there's a lot of kids coming through here. So maybe you're creating a family together. Maybe you'd like to create a family together, or maybe that's something you guys are talking about. And we have discovery. Yeah, that feels like panning for gold, I think this person sees you as a diamond. That may even be something that they say to you, that you're a diamond in the rough. Something about you being a gem or a diamond. And this person really feels like with you they've found something special, and I think that you feel that way back as well. I'm also getting something about how they've made their intentions known to you. And they're upfront about some things, which is a great way to be, right? It's always nice to know what somebody's intentions are, right? And then we also have another spirit card, and it is the number 3. For some reason, that number is standing out to me right now. That's a good, like Ascended Master number. And we have intuition and manifestation. Yeah, so I do feel like your person is very intuitive, very into manifesting. You know, you've got the vast universe up here. So I do feel like they're just very non-traditional. They may even be into like some kind of fairy spirits or like communing with nature. They may really like to go out and get grounded, be around water. They may also, even though they're not so traditional, they may like to spend like holidays around family, and they want you to be a part of that. I'm seeing like a snow globe here and feeling kind of Christmas vibes, Christmas village kind of stuff. But yeah, they're definitely into trusting intuition, and they're wanting to manifest. That's like one of the things that I feel like they're into. I'm also seeing blonde hair for somebody, but that won't resonate with everybody. So take that if it resonates. What else? Anything else on this? Okay, so we're actually going to get a card from, so this is the Hard Knocks. We're going to get anything that that you guys have been working through. It's kind of a bit of a triggering deck. We're just going to see if there's anything that comes through for you guys that you guys are working through. So we have the card of naive. Let's see, you're seeing things the way you want them to be, not the way they actually are. Face the truth with eyes wide open. Okay. So I'm going to say that the feeling from this whole reading from pile number 3 is very positive in general, from what I can feel. But, you know, that doesn't mean that it's going to be a perfect thing, right? Like, no relationship is going to be perfect. And we also don't want to put people on a pedestal, right? And just think like, oh, this person's perfect. And, you know, if there's any red flags, you just ignore them, right? Because then, I mean, that gets messy later on down the road. So, yeah, there's something here about, like, seeing the way things are. Maybe there's things that you guys do need to work on. While this person does have like a positive spirit and is into, you know, manifesting and positive thinking, that doesn't mean that they're perfect or behave perfectly, right? Nobody's perfect. So I'm hearing something about don't put that person on a pedestal, and you know, don't like something about them not being perfect, right? We're all perfectly imperfect. How does that saying go? Yeah, it's saying face the truth with eyes wide open. And we do have that card of discovery here on the bottom too. So, you know, maybe there's some things you guys can work on together, and just, you know, not seeing this person as, you know, oh, they're perfect, or they're gonna save me, you know, that kind of thing. And also, we don't want that person to think that about us either, right? So I think they're just saying to go in with eyes wide open, you know, see things as they are, not as you want them to be. But I do have an overall just very positive feeling about this one. So let's get a few messages, some love messages from your person's higher self to you. Let's see. And we got this for the other 2 piles too. I can feel your energy around me all day. And this one does feel a little different than the other 2 piles. It's kind of like, what is this one? It's almost like no matter where they're at on planet Earth, they can feel your energy, and they're actually tapped into your energy, if that makes sense, like from a spiritual point of view. Like you guys may have some telepathic vibes here. And then we also have deep down my intentions with you have always been pure. Move these over a little bit. Okay. Let's see if there's any other message that wants to come out from their higher self to you. Oh, that's a beautiful message. It says, time spent with you was the happiest time of my life. So, I mean, that is in like past tense. So, you know, this won't resonate with everybody, but for those of you that maybe this was somebody you were together with and you had a breakup and they're thinking, you know, of their memories of you and that there was the happiest time of their life, you know. But that won't be for everybody. But, you know, they really enjoy spending time with you, obviously. And they can feel your energy. And they've always had the purest of intentions towards you. Okay, so let's get a message from Spirit. So we're going to get some angel guidance for you, for the viewer, for pile number 3, regarding this relationship. This one doesn't want to go back in. Wow, guys, we've gotten this one for pile 1 and 2, I think. And also in the short from yesterday, we got relax. And then we have self-care. Interesting. And, you know, your person is also into self-care, so maybe that's something you guys can do together as well. So relax. This came out for all 3 piles. All worries and anxieties are leaving my mind, making space for calmness and peace. I should probably note as well that there are some energies just going on in the ethers right now. I know with the planet alignments and all that, which I'm no expert on that at this point, but I will say that there's been a lot of like upset and anger issues kind of coming through into the collective. And I've spoken with a few close friends and relatives, and they're kind of going through some stuff like that as well. And it could feel like the silliest thing, you know. Like for example, I had this Rottweiler roaming through my neighborhood a couple of nights ago, and you know I have 2 black cats that I let outside. So and I went out looking for one of my cats, and this dog was like barking and growling at me, and I had no way to protect myself other than, you know, noise and shouting back at it. So I don't know why I'm getting into this during this reading, but maybe that resonates with somebody. But just kind of the strangest situations might be popping up. So you may actually be having that with your person, or maybe even your, for some of you, not for everybody, but just a few of you, you may have actually separated from this person temporarily, right? Maybe it has something to do with family or like other energies in there, like their kids or something like that influencing, or maybe their parents. But there are a lot of energies in the ethers right now influencing us, and I do feel like some anger and things like that are coming up. We're being shown what we need to see so that we can release it, right? Those are the times we're in. And it's important that we focus on self-care, allowing ourselves to have that time to relax. You know, we're not focusing on what's going on, you know, far away from us, you know, all of the wars and things like that. If it's not in our lane, then we're not meant to be bringing those things into our lane, right? So the self-care, I love taking the time to understand my needs. The angels want you to remember that although dedication and hard work are crucial, you also need to pace yourself. Otherwise, you could stretch yourself too thin and burn out. That would be bad for your pursuit. Yeah. So, guys, take the time to do some self-care, have some relaxation time, do a little reading, take a load off, you know, maybe get some of those beverages that have, they're like non-alcoholic and they're like mocktails, or they have adaptogens, you know, kava and some other herbs and things like that. But overall, guys, I'm getting a really positive vibe, especially from pile number 3 is like I would say like the lightest energy that I'm feeling in this whole reading. So definitely keep that vibe going. You got this. Give yourself some relaxation and some self-care. Do some self-discovery. Maybe do some journaling about some of the things you'd like to manifest in your life. Okay, guys, so that's what I have for pile number 3. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a blessed day, and we'll see you in the next one.